Hello everyone, this is Rebecca from Papeterie de Choix, and welcome to Monograph Monday. Today we're going to be doing something just a little bit different. I collect old photographs, and probably a year or so ago I took a few photographs and just glued them onto this kind of matte black cardstock. I picked it up at our local Ollie's, and this is the paper pack, but it had this black, and it's a kind of a soft, it has a soft feel to it, and it's very similar in the way it feels to this old-timey black paper. In the old vintage photo albums, it's not exactly the same, but it feels very close. So here's a little boy on his horse, and I just put some simple decoration on there. I tore the paper with my homemade decollage ruler that I made. This one. Just using some scissors, and I'll link that video at the end. And then here's a lady with her little baby. So what we're going to be doing today is doing some more of these. I have in excess of 300 vintage photos, ranging from little like this to like 11 by 14. The corners are kind of missing, but 11 by 14 of a little boy in a little pair of shorts. I got these with the ties around are some of the very first that I started collecting about 4-ish years ago. So this is kind of the size that I want to use, more or less. I have this one, a fashionable lady standing near her rose garden, looks like she has a bouquet in her arms. Thought that would make a good one, and hopefully there's not very much glare. I'm trying to hold it so that hopefully there won't be any. Now this is a matte photo. Two women and a man, and on the back it's in Prospect Park, Pow and Mow and Mrs. Griffith. So yeah, there's all kinds of history and these, and some of them might not be really good ephemera material like these. But no, I love these little ones. So I was just going to go through here and pick out a handful of pictures to make into ephemera. Now there's a woman who's happy to have her picture taken, looks like, and hopefully it's not glaring. I can move it around a little bit and see which way goes best. I'll probably use her. And then I have some negatives, and then I have some tenotypes still in. I have a big crate. Okay, so I am going to pick out some photos to use, maybe 3 or 4, give or take, maybe a few more. I know I want to use both of these. And I'll be back shortly to start the project. Okay, these are the ones that I am going to do, or at least it's the ones I picked out. We'll see how the paper goes. I'm going to actually, I think, choose the matte ones out. So that'd be those three, and I definitely want to do her. So I'll wait and see about those two. But the first thing I'm going to do is prepare my paper. Now I want this to be the side that shows on the front, because as you can see, it's like nice and clear. This is the back. It's got a little bit of a different look to it. I don't know why, but it does. So the very first thing I'm going to do is just rip this paper. But you know what? Let's see. No, I think I'm going to have to turn it over, and the reason is when I rip it, it tears up this way, and on the back side it don't have, it's smooth. So I will be ripping it right side up after all. And hopefully this all goes as planned. But you can see it's a soft paper because of the way that it rips. I have these tweezers. They're not the best in the world, but they do help when what I'm ripping isn't cooperating that much. Okay, so we got that side. So what I'm going to do is go around and rip all the edges to as close as possible to the edge that it will let me rip. And I liked I don't know what it is about the ripped edges look, but I do like it. And this project just seemed to warrant these ripped edges. So that's what I'm doing. Now these that I showed you at the beginning, I actually did those, I bet 2 years ago. And they've just been sitting in the little drawer where I keep them for all this time. Always meaning to make more, but just not quite getting there. Okay, well it's starting to come together a little bit. Well, sorta. No, I love old photographs. I've only been collecting for a little over 5 years, or about 5 years, and I have I don't know, I stopped counting at around the 250, 260 mark, and I know I've acquired a bunch more since then. So what I'm going to do now is just get a rough idea of the placement, just to make sure that I can fit them all on here. Actually, those are about the same. I could do that one that way. Alrighty. So let's pull these over. Now let's see if I can rip this in one shot. Yay. Alrighty. This one's just a little bit bigger. Okay. So that one belongs to that one. That one belongs to that one. Now, let's see if I can do this without messing things up. Now these would make really good pockets or tuck spots if you glued like down one side and across the bottom to have a tuck, or you could make it a pocket by gluing on 3 sides. Now it's black, so it could be written on with if you had one of those like white gel pens or something. But they would look good in any journal that replicates a family album. You know, instant relatives, that's what my husband calls them, instant relatives. And then we'll get to the cash register, and he'll, especially when I'm getting the cabinet cards, because they're, you know, like front and center, and he'll be like, yeah, that's Aunt Grace. She was a school teacher, and she did this, and she did that, and yeah, but they had to throw her out because she got into some stuff, you know, she's whatever, making up all these stories. And the people behind the counter just look at him with an eyebrow raised, and then they'll look over at me and I'll just shake my head like, don't pay any attention to him. Okay, so let's see, what are we going to do first? I kind of like these people standing under the tree a little bit. And then we got these people that the backdrop is the cornfield. So it's probably out in Kansas or Iowa or something like that. Field of Dreams. This was the precursor to Field of Dreams. It's one of my favorite movies. Look, there's even their house in the background. Oh my goodness. Well, I think I'm actually going to start with this one. I'm going to turn my paper around and see which way it's going to look the best. And I think I might ought to trim that just a little, maybe. I think I will. Just enough to straighten up that little corner right there. Let me put my little hickey up here. Yeah, I don't know that helped a lot. It's a crooked picture. So let's do that part again. Actually, I'm going to turn it over and hopefully not get rid of any of the mow and paw stuff. Just gonna, just enough to, that's a little better. It's worked on this side too. If the picture was ripped like I'm done the outside of these black pages, I wouldn't mind, but I don't know. It's a little bit of order, I suppose. I wonder if I should ink the edge of that one, because that is very, very thin. Let's see if I got enough on my little inky thing to, no. It is dry, so let's give it just a drop, literally, just enough to put just a little bit of a brown edge on that. Yeah, that does look better. It's almost like this is the paper that the picture was printed on, but it never was put on like the cardboard that they did the cabinet cards with. So it's very thin. It's the real thing, but it's just really thin. But that defines it a little bit better. Okay, glue stick. This will be. And I hate to cover up Mom and Pa here. Mom and Pa kettle. I grew up with Mom and Pa kettle. I don't have my little plastic thing over here, so just using what I have right here. As long as I don't get glue on the other side of it, I'll be fine. Alrighty. You can see I paid $1 for it. Okay. Now hopefully I'm not banging the camera too bad. Let's bring that up just a touch. Okay. Alright, now I'm going to set this aside. Now it was very thin, it went down very easy. I don't know about these, if they will go down easy. So, let me do this one. Now there's some pictures I have that I would not do this to whatsoever, but some of these are just almost like family pictures, so they're not formal, but like the formal pictures I would not do this. Well, I like that one right off. Oops. Okay, let that one dry. Now here's the whole family underneath the pine tree, looks like. Probably somewhere out in California. Or at least on the West Coast. It has that West Coast look. Not that I've ever been there to see how it looks. I just know what it looks like on the East Coast, and that don't look like it. Oh. So today's video is starting putting some stuff together to have scheduled to upload when my daughter comes into town, and she's technically not coming till the end of the week, but I'm just trying to get as much done as possible, because I probably will be gone 8 to 10 days, if not longer. And I think I missed that corner slightly. Okay. Yep, that's better. Okay, we'll let that one dry. And then this little lady, I just love that look on her face. I don't know if you can, I mean, she's older obviously, and she's got her a big bouquet of roses and a big old huge purse and a polka dot skirt. But she looks fashionable for the time that it was, and I paid $2 for that. Let's see if I can pull that off without destroying the back, because I'm afraid it will leave a mark after I glue it down. It might, the shape of the price tag might show through. I don't know that it will, but if I don't remove it now, it won't get removed. And if I keep punching a hole in with my thumbnail, I'm going to end up with a hole right in the middle of her, whatever that is in the front there. Okay. So, yeah, most pictures that I get, I find in antique stores. Most of the time. Very seldom do I find them in a thrift store. I usually don't pay a whole lot for them. I think probably the most expensive one that I have bought, I think, was $15. And it was only really because it was a huge family photo thing. But most of them run about 5, 6, and 7 for a regular size cabinet card, you know, like a 6x7 or 5x7. But some of them are, you know, nearly nothing. There's, oops, I moved it. There's some that I have that I've bought for like 50 cents a piece. But they're not cabinet cards, they're just like old photos. Well, that one's still a little warped looking. The one good thing about using the glue stick is it does let you move it a little bit. Now this is uneven, and I didn't even see that, but that's okay. I'll put some decoration on it. Okay, so I'm going to let these dry for a little bit, and then I will be back to decorate them up and finish them up and see what we get. Okay, so I had to film this in 2 separate parts, and I want to say before I go any further, after I listened to what I uploaded last night, I'm thinking, I bet you all think I'm crazy, because I mentioned 4 years, having this collection of pictures around 4 years and then around 5 years, and I was thinking, yeah, y'all think I'm a goofball. But I want to do a quick explanation. Things that happened in 2018 into the beginning of 2019 is a little bit of a blur. My husband and I were in a fire in February of 2018, and so my timeline in that period of time is not necessarily accurate because I don't remember it. I don't remember the aftermath. In some ways, lots of things are associated with other things. You know, you see someone or something, and all of a sudden you remember a time. Well, that's kind of what I'm talking about. I have no distinct memory of when things started. I just know it started around that time, around 2018 to 2019. So I hope that made some sense. So, so what we're going to be doing with these is just decorating them up, and I know some of these are going to be glaring, so I'm going to move these to the side for now. I laid out a few things that I thought I might use for some decoration. Based on the first one I did. I worked on these all day today and did probably 12 to 15 altogether, but I picked these to decorate, and because they're glossy I might actually only do a couple on camera. Just one for the sake of time, and for another just from the glare that the other ones have. Wish they were all matte paper like this, but unfortunately they're not. So I think, I don't know, I got out a couple of doilies, and I'm just looking at that. That's awfully white. That's a really too white of a doily, so I think I'll skip that one for now. But okay, so what I want to do, I think, is decide for sure which one that I want to do. I really like this little family picture. Just add a little something to the, I don't know if I like that or not. add a little something to the, as a decoration. That piece of lace is too small, but that looks okay. I wonder if I could have it up here. Well, that's going to cover up the woman's face. I could do that because there's the picture is faded out right here on the corner. So I think I'll do that right there. And I have some flowers here that I picked up at Hobby Lobby on clearance. Yeah, that's kind of cute. Actually, I might not need that, but let's see here. Yep, I'm going to do that right there. Now, I brought needle and thread because some things I'm going to sew on with a stitch and some things I'll be gluing on, and some things I might actually do both. Can you believe it went through on the first go? Alright, I am going to put this needle right through that center. I'm going to get it through some paper so that it, ow, without sticking myself in the finger. And let's do this one, and right there. Okay. Uh-oh, I knocked off a petal. I'm going to put this, I think, here. So I hope everyone is doing good, having a good weekend. This is Saturday night. I know the video won't actually come out till Monday, but this is when it works out for me to do it. My husband has gone to bed, and the house is sort of quiet except for the neighbor's dog barking out back or over that way. And uh-oh, and I hear a little bit of music playing, but it's not too loud, thank goodness. Okay, well, I'm going to go through there. And I'm going to have to go through the back of this flower gently. Okay. I was beginning to wonder if I was going to be able to get that actually done, but yay, I did. Alrighty. So I'm going to put that kind of catty corner just a little bit and tie a couple of knots without catching that little seed pod thing. Okay, I can do it that way. And I didn't leave myself very much on this side, did I? That's alright. We will make it work. Because I want a little bitty bow after all. Okay. Now, let's see if I can I'm tying a second bow so that it don't come undone, just like you do in your shoelaces. I don't believe it. Okay. Next time I'll leave it a little longer. Actually, Actually, I'm going to cut that just a little bit shorter. Now, alright. Well, that's not too bad. Now, on the other ones, I put a little word. So, let me get my box of words, because I forgot those. And I've got all kinds of stuff that I have printed out that I've not, you know, they're just sitting here waiting to be used. So, let's do life. That's a really good picture. I think the back said 1932, and life was simpler then. I don't know if I could have survived it, but it was still simpler then. And so yeah, if life was simple today like it was then, some of us might be better off. Okay. I don't know how this will work, but we're going to give it a try and just round those little corners. Very carefully. Oh well, not the best job, but it will do. Or where I grew up in the mountains, it'll do. It'll do, it'll do. It's funny when I go visit my parents who still talk really country or mountain. It's not country, it's mountain. There's mountain talk that's not the same as southern or anything else. And when I come back home, it usually takes 2 or 3 days for me to start pronouncing my vowels again. Yeah. When we were up there last week fixing the water, when I'm around them, I find myself falling into talking like they do with words that you only hear in the mountains. And my husband just looks at me. It's like, what does that mean? Well, my dear, I really couldn't tell you exactly what it means. I can tell you the word we're trying to say, or what we're saying, that's got this very distinct way of talking. My great-grandpa, he died the day after my 19th birthday, so, and he was 91. He was my dad's mom's dad. I probably should have put that another way, but that'll be okay. Yeah, I don't like that way. I'm going to turn it this way. He could, I don't know if it's could not or just never learned how to say some words properly, but piano, as we would say, or even a piano, was a pioneer. And vanilla, like flavoring, was perneller. So yeah. When I used to work at a big box store back in the middle 2000s up there, and I'm not making fun because these are the people I come from, not necessarily my exact family, but from the mountains. I worked in the garden center of this store, and my job was ordering the plants, taking care of the plants, making sure they got there, and doing special orders for people and all such as that. So this old man, I mean, he was like older than dirt, you know. or at least looked like he was older than dirt. And he wanted to get a plant for his wife. And it was just coming springtime really well. And he come in and asked me for a hot biscuit. That's what he said, a hot biscuit. And the store was just across the way from Burger King. So I'm like, now, even for me, growing up way back in the mountains where the roads weren't paved and there was hardly any indoor plumbing and all that, even that was a little far-fetched for me. So I said, well, they sell them over at the Burger King. He goes, no, that flower, that big old red flower. And so I said, well, I'm not sure exactly. I don't know if we have it, but let's walk around the garden center and see if we can find it. So we did, and we came upon a hibiscus. You know, big blooms like that with a big thing out the middle, and it was really dark red, which is what he wanted. And he said, that's it. That's what I'm looking for, a hot biscuit. Alrighty then. So yeah, I love that one. Love that one. And then the same man the following year came in. I don't know which story is the best, the hot biscuit, or he came in at Christmas time and asked me for a pond setter. And now knowing that he, talked the way he did, I kind of joked with him and I said, is that a new breed of dog? And he goes, no, them flowers that they put out at Christmas. Oh, a poinsettia. Whatever it's called. One of them. I need one of them. Okay. So, yeah. Okay, so let me get my mind back where I'm supposed to be. Let's see. Did they look thoughtful to you? I don't know that they look thankful, but they do look thoughtful. Let's make them thoughtful. How about that? Thoughtful. Pond setter. A pond setter and a hot biscuit. Yep. Those were the days. Way back when. Here in another week or so, it'll be the anniversary of my grandma's passing. She was 90 when she passed, and she died in 2004. I still miss her. My mother's mother died before I was born, so I never knew her, obviously, but my dad's mom, from the time I was 3 months old until I moved away from home in my early 20s, which was 30-something years ago, we lived right next to them, just across the road, really. And, yeah, my grandma, she was something else. Okay. Let's see what we can come up with. This one. This needs something that's too brown. I kind of like that one. I don't want to cover up that tree. So we're going to do that. And we're gonna put a little pinking right on that one just so that it don't unravel. And we're gonna do that, I think. And I had a button over here. Let's see. That button don't really go. What else do I have? I laid out a bunch of other stuff. But that won't work. Would it be really bad if I just used another one of those same flowers? I'm gonna use one of these little doohickeys. I'm going to glue this on as soon as I take the thing off the glue. And then I'll sew, or I'll put a stitch. I probably actually should have used the other glue. I guess I could put a dollop of this other glue. I used it on one of the ones that I had the other night, and it worked really well. So I'm just going to put it dot right like that. And we'll put that like that. So that's a little yellow flower. With some of the glue squishing out. But I can already tell it's taking a hold to that fabric underneath. It's not going all the way through. Move that out of my way just for a second. And I'm going to put just a little bit up under here, because this woven fabric here is full of holes, so it will sink into it, and when it dries it will be adhered. Okay, yep, that's exactly what I was looking for. Now I'm going to put just a little bit of brown on this little yellow flower. Okay. I don't know if I want to just glue it on like it is. Yeah, there we go. Yep, that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to use this, put just a touch right here, and then put glue all over the back of this one. And turn it around right so that it's not upside down. Okay. Okay. Now, let me go in here and put just a little bit underneath. There. Put a little bit underneath here, if I can get it to cooperate. I love this glue, or these little bottles. I still I'm emptying this one before I change onto the other ones that I have, but and they're really good for gluing paper in the little bitty lines, but sometimes you just need a little bit more, and sometimes that just don't happen. But alrighty, now put that like that. That there. And that like that. and let that dry. So, that one I think is dry now. So there we go. There's two. Because of the glare, I'm not going to do the other ones on camera because you probably wouldn't be able to see it anyway. Not really. But you get the idea. Hopefully this is a project that you'd like to emulate. You can decorate them however you want. You can use different color papers. I like the black because it makes them pop. That paper pack also has like a khaki color and some ecru and cream and things like that, but I really think the black is the best. Alright, well thank you all very much for watching, and I will see you in another video very soon.